everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kat, and for today, I'm really excited for this video because a friend of mine from YouTube, Danielle, she is the creator of the YouTube channel Glamburger. She and I decided that we would do a collab together, and I am just so excited for this because I absolutely love Danielle. She is so sweet, just probably one of the nicest people you will ever meet, and I love living through her channel because like it's just me here, me and the doggos, and she has a family and she does lifestyle vlogs and just all kinds of videos where you get to see and like experience her life with her on top of beauty and fashion and everything. And so I just love getting to know her through her YouTube channel, and so that she wanted to do a collab with me I thought was just absolutely amazing because I love her sense of style. It is so cute. If you've ever tuned in for one of her thrifted look for less challenge videos, which shout out, there's gonna be one of those coming up a week from when you're seeing this video. So a week from today, Sunday, following Sunday, there's gonna be a thrifted look for less challenge. I will also be participating, but make sure you go check out Danielle's video for that, as well as checking out her collab video from today, because her sense of fashion is just so fun and I absolutely love it, and I live through her for absolutely everything, and so I am so excited that we get to do this collab together. So I'm gonna break down what we decided to do, and hopefully you guys like the idea that we came up with, and if you want to play along, let me know and I will give you some tips on how to do so. So what we decided to do is, because with like how the economy's been going and how everyone's kind of struggle bussing their way through the last couple years, we wanted to do a collab where we were just using things that are our favorites within our own collections, whether that be for makeup or clothes. All of it is going to be things that we already own so that neither of us had to spend any money. And we essentially created, by using like pictures from Pinterest, a lookbook for each other of a particular color scheme. And then our outfits for that day, as well as the makeup look, is all built around that particular color scheme from the lookbook. So I made a lookbook for Danielle. You're gonna have to check out her video to see what colors I gave her, but this is what she gave me, and I am very excited for this. She really wanted for me to emphasize the like icy blues, the rose gold tones, and just those icy whites as well as that. So I'm really excited. I've got like all of my makeup out in front of me, and I have been dying to do like an icy blue look for a while, and so I was just like, it's like she read my mind. So I have not thrown on the outfit yet either, because I want it all to be a surprise where it all comes together at the end. And so if you are wanting to play along, you can either use the lookbooks that we created for each other and throw together a look, whether it be just the fashion portion or the makeup, whatever you like, and shoot me a DM or Danielle a DM on Instagram. Show us what you guys came up with. We would love to see it. Or if you would rather have something new put together for you, you can just DM me and I will put together a lookbook color scheme for you. And I would love to see what you come up with. That way we can all kind of play along, share what our favorites are. I'll make sure as I go through that I'll tell you guys exactly what I am throwing on my face, but let's go ahead and jump in based on this theme. All right, to start off, so since I'm using a whole lot of favorites that I have had where I haven't really used them in forever, I'm very excited to see how much I actually still like them. So the first thing up that I'm gonna be using is from Urban Decay. This is the Optical Illusion Primer. And while I was in Germany, this was my ride or die. Like, I've definitely switched over to the Milk Primer, but I absolutely loved this guy because it was so good at filling in your pores, like around the nose and cheek area, especially, to where if you're using like a mattifying foundation, which I will be using today, which is also different. I've gotten more into hydrating foundations rather than mattifying ones. It works absolutely perfect with those blended together. And especially my skin has been kind of going through it lately, so it's a little bit splotchy. And that's also part of why I am going to be using a mattifying foundation today, because I am just kind of really wanting to just blend all of that away, and I need a little bit heavier coverage for that. And so that's why I'm going to be using heavier foundation, because I really want to make sure that I don't look so splotchy. All right, so for foundation, I look like a ghost right now. I definitely forgot that it adds a bit of a cast, which thankfully is covered with the foundation. But yeah, I'm looking extra transparent right now. For the foundation, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Mattifying Foundation, which was definitely like my go-to the entire time I was in Germany. I still love their hydrating foundation, which they decided to discontinue for some horrendous reason. I don't know why. But the mattifying one is also really, really good. I think Fenty does an awesome job of color matching as far as skin tones go. They have such a wide range, and I have yet to have an issue finding my perfect shade, so I absolutely love it. All right, so next up we're gonna go into concealer, because my eyes look ridiculous with this foundation on and nothing smoothing it out. I look very tired. So we're gonna jump into my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Counterproductive since I'm using a mattifying foundation, but you know, whatever. This is definitely my favorite concealer. It has been from the beginning, still is. I absolutely love it, and so I will continue to use it regardless of what foundation I am using. There we go. All right, next up we're gonna jump into brows, and for that I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. That is this guy right here, and this is in the shade Blonde, I'm pretty sure. Yep, Blonde. So we will jump right into that. I have definitely been getting into using significantly cheaper brow products just because they work equally as well to the very expensive ones, and I am trying to do my very best to save money these days, and so I prefer things that are less expensive that are still just as good. I also really like that the particular formula for the e.l.f. Brow pencil is not quite as like dry, I guess. It's not as much like a pencil. It's a bit more like a cross between a pencil and a pomade. And so because it's a bit softer and the product itself is a little bit thicker, I can kind of use it almost a bit more like a marker, in that I just use the side of it to fill in my brows instead of, you know, trying to be really precise and draw individual brow hairs. And so because of that, since I have my brows microbladed, I don't really have to worry about drawing individual brow hairs, and so this is just really nice because it fills it in super quick and easy, and there you go. It looks great. Plus I am liking a bit more of the like more defined brows these days where they're not quite as like soft. I am liking a bit more of that bold brow color, you know, really make them stand out. All right, next up we are going to get into the face products, and so I will be using my Lethal palette, as I love doing. Pretty much ever since they created complexion products, I have just been all over it. And so I will be using that for bronzer and for blush. I'm also not wanting to go too crazy with the contouring, so I'm just gonna keep it fairly light on there because I'm just wanting to add ever so slight a bit of color because I don't want the face makeup to be the primary thing that we're focusing on. I want that to kind of just be that all of the eye look, the face makeup, the outfit, that it all just kind of blends together into a really nice soft look. And so that's why I'm just wanting to kind of just do the bare minimum as far as creating those shadows and lines on my face. And then for the blush, I am using the more peachy, pinkish tone that was in that palette, just because since I'm wanting to use some more of those pink and rose gold shades, I wanted to have the blush be more matching of that rather than the more orangey tones that I like to go with. And so I went with this guy instead of the usual orange that I love going with. And then for highlight, we're gonna go in with the Natasha Denona Super Glow because it is also a bit more on the pinkish side, and so I think that'll look really nice and give a bit more of a kind of frosted look rather than like it blending in too much with the skin. I do want to have a nice highlight going. I sometimes go in with my finger for that particular highlight if I really want to be super bold, but I think for today we're just gonna just use the brush. All right, but let's go ahead and get into the eye look because I am super excited for this. So for the eyes, I wanted to have it be all of the icy blues into kind of a darker blue on the outer corner. I am also going to be using a couple of my newer products. I'm very excited for that. And then the look is where I'm going to have, like the outfit is where I'm gonna have a bit more of like those rose gold accents on there as well. So the eye look, primarily the icy blues. So for that, to get started, we're going to be using the blush and highlighter quad that is in the shade Aquamarine from Copacetic Cosmetics, and I had definitely talked about this when I was ranking all of my face quads, and this guy I probably would only typically use the highlighter shades on my face. The other two definitely more so as eyeshadows rather than like as bold blushes, and so I thought these particular shades would be absolutely perfect for my eyes for today. So let's go ahead and jump into the eye look itself. I will be starting off with Beryl, which is that lighter kind of pale sky blue, and so we'll use that for the inner half of the eye, inner half to 2/3. Oh yes, this is exactly the shade I was hoping it was gonna be. I love it. All right, so I did also pull that powder blue kind of shade down just ever so slightly onto the under portion of my eye, just to kind of open my eyes up a little bit more, have them be a little bit lighter up front. And then for the back portion, we are going to go into the darker blue shade, which is Neptune, this guy right here. And we are just going to add that as like a tiny bit to deepen up the outer corner. Awesome. So I was not wanting to go super deep, so I was purposefully trying to just ever so slightly deepen up that corner. And I think this is exactly the shade that I was hoping for. It just gives ever so slight, that little bit of deepening in the outer corner. So now we are going to go into, I think I'm gonna try this guy first, which is Eternal Youth, just because it doesn't look as chunky as this guy. Like this guy is a very chunky shimmer, and so I'm kind of wanting to go for the smoother highlight first, see what we can get as layering that on top of the inner third, and then if it's not quite as bold as I was wanting, then I'll go into the chunky guy, but I wanted to try that one out first. Okay, I think after trying that out, I'm gonna go in with the more chunky one, because seeing how that formula works, it's gonna be perfect as a highlight. It's not too bold for having on your cheek, and so I think that'll work out really nicely for that. But for the eye look, I am wanting it to be a bit more bold, so we're gonna give that chunky one a try, which is the shade Sea Glass. Okay, yes, the Sea Glass shade was exactly what I was looking for, so it's definitely way more sparkly than what the other shade was, and so that's perfect as a topper iridescent shade for the eyes. So I am, if this is not icy blue, I don't know what is. So to finish up the eye look, I am going to use my Shockwave eyeliner from LA Girl, and this is in the shade Electric. And so I will be using that on the under eye. And then we have two different mascaras that we are going to be using, and I am very excited about them. I hope it doesn't ruin it. Do you ever have that where you're like, you really like how the look is going, and then you're like, please, don't make one of those stupid decisions that is literally about to ruin the entire thing. Okay, so far the eyeliner was what I was hoping for. It has not ruined it. So we will do the top lashes first, because I know those will look good. So for that, I'm going to be using my Essence I Need a Miracle mascara. And then for the lower lash line, we are going to try the Pat McGrath we're going to try the Pat McGrath Labs Dark Star mascara in the shade Aquamarine Dream. This was one of the new ones that I had picked up that is a very colorful mascara. So we will see how that guy works in tandem with everything else. Alrighty. Here we go for the danger move. This could make or break the whole thing, so we'll see. But this is the color of the Aquamarine. So, do I like that? You know what? No. We're going to switch it to the darker blue one because I think that will blend better. This is a little bit too headed towards greenish. I want it to really stay in those cold blue tones, and so I am going to grab the other one real quick. All right, so the shade that we're going to use instead is going to be the ultraviolet blue shade, And even though it is darker, it is still very vibrant, but I think that this particular tone will work better. I don't know how I feel about either of these. We're gonna find out. Worst case, I will throw on black over it. All right, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that. It definitely works to change the color of your eyelashes. Like, my eyelashes are definitely navy blue, but I'm also just kind of curious if it makes it look from afar like I just don't have lower lashes anymore because they're too light now. May or no. I think I'm gonna leave it. We're just gonna call it good. I think it looks all right. So for my lips, I wanted to choose more of a rose gold, pinkish kind of lip. And so for that, we're gonna be using the Buxom Plump Shot in the shade Flush. That is this guy right here. It's got a little bit of a goldish pink sheen to it. And I absolutely love Buxom shades. And so this guy should just be a nice kind of shimmer that brings out a bit more of the pinkish tone in my lips. Yeah. However, if you are someone that does not like that kind of tingly feeling from a lip plumper, I do not recommend getting the Plump Shot ones specifically from Buxom because they are like definitely on the higher scale of that tingly feeling. Some of the other lip plumpers from Buxom aren't quite as bad, but the lip plumper ones are like a special formula that is extra spicy. So this is all of the makeup. I am now going to show you guys the entire outfit with all of it put together. So this is what we have as the final look for everything. I wanted to use some clothes that I really, really enjoy. And so we have the pair of leather tights that I had picked up a couple months ago. I really, really love this pair of pants. They're so comfy. They're nice and stretchy without being like too stretchy, but they're just so comfy. They have like an inner lining that's very nice and soft, and so you're easily gonna stay warm in the wintertime wearing them. And I just absolutely love how they fit on there. It's such a perfect fit. And then the shoes to go along with them are a nice pair of kind of very dark chocolatey brown pumps that are peep toe pumps, and those are definitely one of my favorite pair of heels. Also found those for a Thrifted Look for Less challenge earlier this year, and still cannot believe how inexpensive I found that pair of shoes for, and so I absolutely love them. The sweater I got for very inexpensive while I was still stationed overseas, and I just absolutely love it. It's a V-neck sweater that I think I prefer kind of pushing the V-neck up, as you can see how I was wearing it in here, where it has more of the back exposed rather than having it kind of more cut up front. I like showing off my back more than I do my front. And so that's why I like to wear this one this way, and I just really like the button accents. It's a really nice loose hanging sweater, super comfy. And I just felt like all of those really nice kind of neutral tones let the makeup kind of speak a little bit more for itself. And then adding in the pop of rose gold with the earrings, just to give you guys a close-up of them. This is what they look like, and just super cute. Definitely very fun, and so I like wearing just a singular accent. You guys are definitely going to be noticing in the next few weeks some more fun earrings that I'm going to be showing you guys. And so those are kind of the fun dangly earrings that I like to wear, and so I thought it just gave like a nice little pop of the rose gold color without like having it be too much of like the blues and the pinks contrasting each other. So I thought it turned out really nice, and I absolutely loved putting all of it together. But let me know what you guys think of all of it. And again, if you guys want to play along, please by all means do. Let me know. Send either of us, Danielle or myself, a message on Instagram showing us the looks that you guys came up with. We would love to see it. Again, just showing off what your favorites are that you already have, you know, whether it be in your wardrobe or in your makeup case, whatever it is, we would just love to hear about it. And this is going to be the start. Part of why I did not post very much last week is that I've been working super hard for you guys. I wanted to do 12 days of Christmas where I post a video every day for you. And so starting on Wednesday, you guys are gonna have a video every day from me. So we're gonna be covering a lot of the things that you guys have been really excited about. I will also definitely be including a Get Ready With Me where I use a whole bunch of the products that I had gotten in the advent calendars that I unboxed for you guys. So whole lot of really awesome things to be looking out for, and so I hope you guys are as excited as I am. I wanted to do something to kind of make up for having been gone for so long in October, and so I hope you guys love it. And other than that, if you made it to the end of the video and you have not yet subscribed, I would love it if you would join my family on here. Talk a ton about indie brands. We do really colorful makeup. We swatch things all the time. It's rare that my arms aren't completely covered in swatches, and so if that sounds like fun, I would love it if you would join us on here. At least drop a comment down below. Let me know what your favorites are these days, what you're loving, what you're not loving. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you did not, as we always do here. Make sure you go check out Danielle's channel. I'll have everything linked down below so you guys can see what colors I chose for her, and you can get to know her a little bit more. She is absolutely amazing. And that is gonna do it for today's video, so you guys just go have a good one.